Another thing, bro. See real. You already know the deal. Back for another real reaction video. So man, we on the new channel now. This is really before like ghost stories or anything scary we gonna record. So we're gonna get into it, man. This one is pretty much called 3 Disturbing True Horror Stories. Like, shit. This shit gonna get deep, bro. Alright, we're gonna get into it, man. I had to switch my other phone. I got too many videos recorded, so I was gonna see. Alright, that one work. Yeah, so we got recorded again. Just there. I didn't even stop that one. Shit. I'll delete that one later. Alright, man, let's get into it. Let's see what this video got going on. It's like 14 minutes long, bro. We'll see how long my phone lasts.
When I was around 12, I had the one bedroom in the house that wasn't on the second floor. My parents' house was a high ranch, so when you entered the house, it split off to 2 floors. One half flight of stairs going upstairs and one downstairs. The downstairs level had the den, the garage, my bedroom, and a bathroom. The other 3 bedrooms in the house were all upstairs. Since I grew up the oldest and the only boy in the house with 2 sisters, I got the room downstairs because it was the biggest and technically the coolest room. After I turned 10, my parents gave my twin bed to my little sister and I got a full-size bed, which was a bit of an upgrade because the room was big and could certainly
bed, bro, for like a kid? Damn. That's crazy.
Fit a bigger bed. When I was 12, my little sisters were around 5 and 8. So at this age, I would be allowed home alone, but my 5-year-old sister wouldn't be left alone with me, and my 8-year-old sister would only be left alone with me if my parents weren't going to be gone for too long. If they'd be gone for longer periods of the day, then one of my parents would take both of my sisters. For this short period of time, I'd say like 3 nights in a row, maybe a little more, I was waking up in the middle of the night for no reason, and I'd have trouble falling back asleep, considering I was 12 years old.
Like it's gonna be scary, bro. Like, for real. Sound like it's gonna be real scary. 3 Disturbing Horror Stories.
I knew I shouldn't have been having sleeping problems at that age. I was sleeping with the fan on next to my bed because it was a hot couple of days in the middle of the summer, so I wasn't sure what exactly was waking me up considering the fan provided a steady white noise. One of these nights, I got up after waking up to refill my glass of water. I went to the bathroom right outside my bedroom, and as I was filling it up, I thought I heard something come from inside my room. I turned off the faucet and then listened, but now there was nothing, just the sound of the fan. I walked to the doorway in my bedroom, and I couldn't tell what it was, but something was creeping me out about my room now.
Oh no,
I went upstairs to the living room.
Ain't no way, bro. And I'm a kid. There's no way, bro. I've been blessed exit the hell out of there, man. Oh no, bro. There's no way. No way.
I decided to sleep on the couch that night. I fell asleep eventually, but that same night, again, I woke up, this time to noises from the kitchen. I saw the glow of the light from the fridge and the sounds of someone rummaging through it. The way that floor was set up had the kitchen out of view from the couch in the living room. I couldn't see who was there. I heard the fridge door eventually shut, then footsteps walk away and downstairs.
Really shaky because this table I'm replacing it, don't worry. But you gotta use what you gotta get. It's trying to, you know what I mean? There's certain stuff. It's only because it's very shaky. It's like platform. I gotta get a better table.
I was drowsy, and so I went back to sleep. I believe it was the next day that my mom was folding clothes in my room, and she told me my room stunk and I needed to clean up whatever that smell was. I ignored her because I really didn't smell anything. I wish I didn't ignore her though. That night, our dad put the air conditioning on because it was simply too hot. After we all watched a movie as a family, everyone started getting ready for...
It's so hard sometimes to watch these scary movies in the nighttime. It's not night right now, but bro, it's like 3:36 p.m. So I had to get one of these videos done.
Bed. I went to my room and played video games for a little while before getting sleepy. By that time, I turned off the TV and console and rolled on my side to go to sleep like I always did. Tonight I didn't have the fan on because the air conditioning was on, so there was just the sound of the air blowing out from the vents in the ceiling. I fell asleep, but once again I woke up not long after. I didn't know what the sound I heard was. All I heard was the vent fan blowing air. Then, when it stopped blowing air, the room was silent, and I heard something. Breathing.
Yeah, see, when you hear something breathing, bro, it's like, yeah, we gotta go. I watch so many horror movies, and when you hear something breathing, bro, it's like, if I can't see it, we already know what it is. So, oh man, my phone just friggin', almost had a heart attack, bro. Let's get back into it.
It wasn't my breathing, though. I looked around the room. The closet door was shut, so there was no way it was coming from there. Part of my childlike innocence assumed it was my younger sister playing a prank. I got on the floor and looked the one place I could think to look: under the bed.
Oh, no,
I lifted the little piece of cloth that dangles at the bottom of the bed.
Bro. Under the bed? Isn't there like a movie called Under the Bed? Like, bro, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way I'm looking under the bed. You already know what's gonna be under there. Ooh, there ain't no way, bro.
A very large person laying underneath my bed on a pile of blankets.
He's seen a person. Oh, that ain't no person, bro.
Their head was facing me, but their eyes were closed. I fell backwards and basically crab walked out of the room, screaming, "Dad!" I heard my parents' door swing open.
911! What do you call the Ghostbusters? They need to come in here to fix this, man, bro. Another thing, bro. If you is sitting there all alone and you feel like you feel something, I know a kid can't think, but bro, if you guys as a kid and you watch it, go sleep with your parents and tell your parents, look, there's some paranormal, crazy, insane stuff happening, daddy, mommy. I need to stay in this room because I don't know what's going on. I can't be playing with that,
bro. My parents yelling in concern. I pointed into my room and said, "Under the bed." And my dad went and pulled out this very large, dirty-looking man. I remember my dad quite easily physically forcing the man outside as my mom called 911. I'm sure he went to jail for a while. Or maybe not, because he was homeless. Who knows?
The man was really underneath the... Oh my goodness. You don't even know if you're going to see that man from Insidious. Like a devil type of shit. Man. See, I watched this one in the dark, man. Probably was scared the hell out of me.
Did a lot of mental damage to me where I didn't even want to sleep in my own room anymore, or let alone in that house.
Let alone in the world. I'd be going over to this, wherever, the city. I'm out the city. I'm telling my mom and dad, look, I know I'm 7 to 8 years. Google guy got none of that. But can we get the heck out of here? Because there ain't no way, Dad, Mommy, I'm still sleeping in the bed. When there was a man underneath the bed. Or at least sleep with your parents for a little while.
My parents for a while. Then my dad installed security cameras all over the house.
Bro, you should already have security cameras. People nowadays will walk in your house. I had someone before that I live in an apartment walked right in and said, "Oh, wrong door." What the fuck you mean wrong door, bro? Don't you see your number?
Everything that was opened in the fridge because we had no idea what he put his mouth on in there. The fear of someone being under my bed stayed with me for a long time, years to come.
Bro, you see that at that age, that will just startle you, bro. You gonna think that stuff for life, man. That ain't no joke, bro.
We don't even know how long he was hiding under my bed. It could have been a few days. It could have been a
few years.
The smell, the person going through the fridge, the randomly waking up every night for a few days. Whether he meant harm or not, having someone hiding under your bed is every child's biggest nightmare.
It's anybody's nightmare, even mine. Because I would not ever seen, if I'm in this apartment, bro, and I go right now and look someone underneath my bed, bro, I don't care. Everything in this thing, I'll buy something new, and I'm gone. I don't deal with all that extra stuff. Black people, we don't like that stuff because when we see stuff underneath the water, underneath the bed, underneath anything that doesn't look like us or some kind of crazy creature, we gone. Okay, so this is story 2.
This story is from my great-grandfather, who is currently at the ripe old age of 101. He's told this story at family gatherings for years. He's from the city of Yaroslavl in Russia. I guess it was the Soviet Union when he was born there. Being from the USSR, of course he served under the Soviet Union during World War II, then fleeing to the United States a few years after to escape communism. He told me this story again recently. It happened not long after the Battle of Veliki Luki, which wasn't a major battle of the war, but it still ended up in a large amount of Soviet and German bloodshed, as most battles at the time did. It was the evening, and according to my great-grandfather, it was very cold that night, like hellish cold. They were in a small house/building that was one of the few with no damage to it, which made it nice
They
because
already got the sounding. I know something is about to have paranormal type of. Man, I don't even. Well, we'll
it was
see.
warm. Him and his comrades were celebrating with drinks, songs, laughing, and joking, what you could imagine a celebration would look like. At some point in the evening, 2 fellow soldiers walked into the building. My great-grandfather and his friend Sergei didn't care for these 2. It was apparently because they were loudmouths and were just unpleasant guys. Sergei asked my great-grandfather if he wanted to go out and have a smoke. He agreed, and the 2 put on their heavy coats and walked out into the freezing cold air. My great-grandfather pulled out a cigarette, as did Sergei, and then he lit both of their cigarettes. They were talking for a while, both enjoying their cigarette and basking in the glory that came along with winning the battle that had been going on for about 2 months. After my great-grandfather finished his cigarette, they were both about to go back inside when they heard what sounded like a man scream from the woods in the distance. Fearing that it was the scream from one of their comrades,
You hear the scream in the woods? Gone. Ain't no, hey, who's in there? How you doing? I'm coming to help you. Coming to help who? I'm coming to help myself. I'm gone. What the hell?
possibly being attacked by a patrol of pissed-off Germans, they went back inside quickly and grabbed their guns.
They
Because
are
of
a
the
little
fact that-
more up to date, because most people would be like, oh, let me go in the woods and see what's going on. Grab your guns, because my black ass would run. I ain't grabbing shit. I don't care to kill this thing. I'm getting the hell out of here.
There might be armed Germans. They got a bunch more of their fellow soldiers to run into the woods with them. My great-grandpa mentioned that as he got...
woods with guns? Bro, unless I got like an army, we going in like with 30 to 40 people. There's only 2 of them. What the hell would it be in there, bro? You think it's gonna be something crazy in there? Drop in the comments. I want to know. We'll be about to find out together.
deeper into the woods, he started to get a weird feeling, like dread and fear. When they couldn't hear screaming anymore, my great-grandpa suggested that they all split into duos and search for whoever it was. Sergei went with him, while the others went off in their own duos. After about 2 minutes of walking through the dark, cold woodlands, my great-grandpa said that he could hear faint crying, like someone was in pain.
That ain't crying. That's me. They luring you in, because the ghost is like, oh, well, we gonna know you coming, so. But they don't know you got ammunition. They know.
Sergei heard this too, so they walked to where they heard the crying sounds. They started seeing drops of blood in the snow, so they both began to take the situation as more of a threat than they were earlier. It still gives me chills when my great-grandpa tells me this part. When him and Sergei got to the source of the crying sound, they had found the most bizarre and disturbing scene they had witnessed. 2 German soldiers on the ground, one of them dead, one alive. One of them had their uniforms ripped and bloodied. The alive one was cowering by
I
a
would
tree.
think there's some kind of animal or some kind of beast, like The Walking Dead is up there, or Bigfoot. But wherever I am in there, I'm gone as soon as I seen that. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't
Muttering
no
stuff
way,
in
Jose.
German. He didn't notice my great-grandpa and Sergei right away. My great-grandpa then walked towards the other body. The corpse was horrifically mutilated.
Why the hell you walking towards a dead body, man? They dead. I don't understand these type of stories. If I see something dead, maybe because I'm black. We just run. You know what I mean? Most black people, we do run. It's a stereotypical, but We just, like, bro, we seen so many horror movies and people done died. I ain't dying for you.
Missing limbs, skin ripped off the face. His uniform was shredded and it looked like he had been scalped. Another thing that stood out to my great-grandpa was the smell. He couldn't describe the smell, saying it wasn't like a dead body.
Hold up. Did he say his face was skin? There gotta be some kind of mutant type of creature in there to do that, or that really is a ghost or something, man. I don't know, man. Y'all put in the comments you believe in ghosts, because I feel like I do sometimes and I don't. But let's go back into
body, but more like chemicals. The corpse looked fresh. Sergei investigated the living soldier, who then, noticing Sergei, jumped back in terror, as if he had been traumatized. He was shouting stuff in German. It was only then that my great-grandpa noticed that his leg had been torn apart and his chest was bloody. He said he could remember that German screaming something like "Das Kolas" or something similar. Sergei pulled out his pistol and put the German out of his misery with a single shot to the head.
That's right. Blow his cap off. Pow, pow. Because you don't know, bro, I would have to find an axe to cut his head off. Because people nowadays, when you shoot them in the head, they don't die. I know a couple people.
Immediately after this, my great-grandpa described hearing moaning-like noises. And that's when a very tall thing started running in the darkness away from them. Afraid, Sergei and great-grandpa started shooting erratically in the direction of the thing.
Erratically? Run erratically? The hell? That sounds like some kind of cobra animal. I'm just picturing in my head, it could be like some, bro, whatever I'm picturing in my head, if y'all could look, it just be like, oh yeah, bro, you watch too much horror movies. Man, I'm telling you, bro, that, man.
The other men ran over, but the thing was gone. All of the men were reprimanded when they got back to the village, but a report was sent to the high command. It was never investigated further. My great-grandpa claims that it was the most terrifying experience of his life. It makes him stressed when thinking back on the sight of that mangled German.
I would move the hell out of there. It would be gone out the whole city. If it was somewhere down in Chicago or wherever, or Missouri, New Jersey, anywhere, bro, it was some crazy. I'm out of here, bro. I'm out of here. For real. My bad. My phone be going off.
And that thing.
Story 3.
This happened when my fiancée Morgan and I just moved into our house together in a quiet little town. We still live in this house. It's a modest, cute little house perfect for us and a couple of kids if and when we decide to have. We met one of the neighbors right off the bat. They seemed nice. They were an older couple in their late 60s. The neighbors on the other side were pretty far away, so we didn't meet them for a while. We were still in the unpacking and furnishing phase. It might have been week 2 of living in the house. We were exhausted by every night, having to work our jobs and then also setting up the house and unloading. Morgan was cooking pasta in the kitchen. I was sitting at the table talking to her while on my laptop shopping for area rugs. It was a little stuffy in the house, so I was going to go slide open the back door, but as I got to it, I looked into the backyard and noticed someone sitting in one of the chairs. He was kind of hunched over with his head down. When I say I almost shit myself when I saw it, I'm not kidding.
Bro said he almost shit himself. Oh man, I'd be do more than that. I'd be gone. Ain't none of that.
I whispered Morgan's name and said, "Don't scream, but there's a man in the yard." She walked over to look outside and gasped. She grabbed me and kind of hid behind me and said, "Go say something." No, wait, don't.
Go say something. Grab something to blow that man to hell to mend the rings. I mean, he might not be doing that, but bro, I'm telling you, bro, that nowadays if I own a house and somebody coming to my property and I don't know who you are and you just standing there, I'll leave you to stand there for a little while. But bro, I'm coming out with a 9 and telling you, bro, get the hell off my property before I blow your cap off. And I'm gonna make sure my gun is registered, bro. I don't like guns like that, but bro, man, people is crazy. You gotta defend yourself.
Truth be told, I myself didn't know if I should go out there or not. I'm not the biggest man, to be honest, and even though this guy had his back to us and was sitting down, he looked like he was bigger than me. Morgan suggested I not
grab a gun, bro. I mean, these probably guys, they're probably teenagers in that one. But still, someone gotta have a gun in their house. I know in America, man, Canada, we don't carry guns around like that, but y'all carry guns around like it's a toy. Y'all be just popping shit. So I don't understand. He should have a gun, at least.
knock on the glass and yell at him to leave. I didn't want to do it though, I was scared. The backyard is huge, but right outside the backyard door is a patio with the leftover furniture. The lights in the yard weren't on. We just saw him through the interior lights shining through the glass door, which meant he had to know we were in here. I said fuck it, knocked on the glass and yelled, "Hey, you need to get off our property." The man turned around and looked at me.
Why do you do that? You think the man's on your property? He ain't gonna get off, bro. Y'all really gotta tell someone to get off the property instead of grabbing a gun to shoot him. Come on, bro.
He then got up with this half smile, almost like he was laughing. He looked 50.
What, he joking
he had a
now? Oh, man.
really long gray beard and tattoos down to his wrists. He walked up to the glass. I made sure the door was locked. He stood on the other side of the glass door and shifted his gaze to Morgan. He started licking his lips and saying vile shit. I yelled, "All right, I'm calling the police."
Now you're gonna call the
closed
police,
this-
bro. You could have ended it. Bro, my instincts are so much. If some weirdos on my... Bro, I would have been called the police. But I don't like police, bro. I handle shit myself. You know what I mean? Unless it's some crazy type of stuff that I need the police. Like if it's a wild cat or wild animal or tiger or something. I'm calling the police. Unless I don't got a gun. Man.
Sliding blind to get him out of our faces. I called 911 and told the operator to please hurry and send police to our house. I could still hear the man on the other side of the door, now speaking at a very high volume, almost yelling, still saying disgusting things about Morgan. I put the phone to the glass so the operator could hear it. He made me stay on the phone until police would show up. Eventually it went quiet outside, and so I took a peek out the glass and the guy was gone. Still, I couldn't wait for police to arrive. And when they did, they searched the backyard, took a police report, and left.
See, this is what police do. When you don't have no evidence of what you see, unless you took a picture, they're gonna search, okay, everything's fine. They'll keep police there, you know, to keep you safe and stuff. And then that's it, bro. They don't do nothing. They don't investigate further to find it unless it happens multiple times or people start dying. They can't do nothing, bro. That's just how police are designed.
We thought it was over, but later on that night when we were in the living room watching TV, we both agreed we heard
the police and oh no, I would have had the police stand out there to make sure this thing don't come back. Oh no, bro, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight.
something from outside in the yard. I went over to the window and kinked the blind, just enough to see that man outside again. He had a cigarette in his hand. He was talking to himself, or trying to talk to us, facing the house. He noticed the kink in the blinds, because he ran over to the window. I jumped back, and he started pounding on the window, saying all these awful, sick things he wanted to do to Morgan. I told her to go upstairs.
He just wants some sex. Like, that's what it is. Oh, he said sick things, so who knows? Could be something.
I didn't want her to hear this anymore. I yelled, "I'm gonna call the police again," and then the pounding stopped, and he went silent. I waited a few seconds before kinking the blind again, and he was gone. I went upstairs to go comfort Morgan, who was visibly shaken. I told her he was gone, when in hindsight I should have called the cops again.
You should have been
Downstairs.
called the cops. You should have been called. Get a gun! Well, who knows? You probably can't see this thing. It probably is a real ghost.
I heard bumping and knocking. I went halfway down the stairs and heard bumps on the back door and the doorknob twisting and turning. He was trying to get into the house. I grabbed the phone in the kitchen and called 911
So now
again.
you call 911, bro. You already said the first time you should have called 911. You scaring the out of me, bro. Please.
Again, begging the operator to send police now. This time the police arrived a lot quicker, and I didn't alert the man outside that they were coming. But unfortunately, by the time they showed up, that man disappeared again.
It's a ghost, man. You gotta call the Ghostbusters. You gotta call the priest. You gotta do something, bro. Man.
It's very likely he just ran off into the trees deep in the backyard.
I think the man just disappeared because he's a ghost. This is why I'm doing ghost stories, because this might be real shit.
Didn't come back again that night. The next day, we went around knocking on neighbors' doors, both introducing ourselves to those we hadn't met yet and asking them if they knew anyone matching the description of that man. What we found out was disturbing. A couple a few doors down from us knew that man. He was known for beating his ex-wife and having a drinking and drug problem, and generally just regarded as very dangerous.
The woman, so he must have died years ago from that or something like that. I'm just planning it out, bro.
He lived around the block from us in a small, rundown house. That's the scariest part. We reported him to the police, but since we didn't have him on video, we couldn't press charges. We don't know if he still lives there.
Bro, someone come into my window, I'm taking a picture. This is what he looks like. Description: this man is trying to kill me. This man is harassing me. You know how them people go on that, bro. It's like, it's another thing, bro. This is crazy.
Because we haven't heard from or seen him in a long time. I hope it stays that way.
I would have been gone after that, bro. I would have been gone after that. Would have been gone after that, bro. Wouldn't be no, hey, where's this man at? We haven't seen him for a while. Like, bro, man, break get it. I don't even know why I said that, but get your bread and get up. That's what I meant. You know what I mean? They probably living there for how long, and they seen disturbing stuff. There was one time, bro, I lived with my aunt. The stairs would creep every night. I was a kid, bro. It was the scariest thing. I come down one time, bro. I seen some crazy Man, I told my mom, I said, Mom, we gotta move over here. We eventually was moving anyway, and we moved. And to this day, my aunt don't live at that place no more. She sold it. She lives in an apartment, but man, it was like there was like someone living down underneath the stairs, bro. Like when we went down, and I seen something before, bro, and I never talked about it to none of my family, but it's like, bro, as a kid, man, it's just like when you see stuff in your kid, you just like, you know what I mean? That's why it kind of get me more into the ghost stories, bro, because I believe in that stuff, you know what I mean? And I ain't saying I'm gonna be no exorcism, but yeah, bro, some of the stuff is real, man. You get true ghost stories, man, like people that die for shit. Like the one I did before on my other channel, The Lake of Dead. That's a true story, bro, and it's just scary, man, to see that stuff, but we don't know, bro. Like, God wasn't here for, I don't know, bro. It's like I believe in God, but it's like I don't believe in the God that people believe in. I believe in the God where someone made this planet and source, but I don't believe in all extra stuff where you gotta go to church to be good and stuff like that. It's a choice, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get into that, but just be who you are. Don't make sense, you know what I mean? Stay protected, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments what type of ghost story. Y'all got any ghost stories? Take it to YouTube and just let me know. Just drop it in the comments like, yo, there's this ghost story, and I'm gonna do a reaction to it. But this is the one on for the channel, ghost stories. I think the ghost story is gonna be like every Wednesday. When we drop it, one of the ghost stories on Wednesday, we're gonna do Wednesday for now. You know what I mean? But anyway, you know what it is. If it ain't real, it ain't real, man. I'm Modi here. I'm Ghost.